What's up? 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 Cool. How's it going? All right, we got everything going. Can I see my chat? I can't see my chat. That's not bueno. I want to be able to see the chat. Let's see if I can get it going in the other one. Let me go check this. So I'm trying something different. So I'm playing around with stuff on YouTube right now. There's a setting in Streamlabs where I'm testing to see if I could stream in vertical and horizontal at the same time. It doesn't say that. It says that I'm live. There we go. But it used it says portrait, and it used a random thumbnail. So let me take a look. Oh, it is working. Okay, it's doing the horizontal feed. I wonder if there's a way to not have it. Okay, cool. That's working. Okay, cool. Now it have to work. That's interesting. Let me see if I could go find the chat, the correct chat. 1 second. I want to make sure I could see when people are chatting with me. Boom, boom. I don't know why it's being weird. I want to make sure I can see the chat. I don't know. Look, it doesn't like it. Doesn't like it at all. There's something went wrong. Oh, there's one chat. Something went wrong, huh? Let's go here. What's going on? Why can't we get to the chat? Something. YouTube? You being buttheads? Oh, maybe I could bring it up on actual YouTube or something. Just mute that tab or something like that. And just have it playing. I could be my fake viewer. But it doesn't combine the different chats at all. I got to figure out what was going on with that. But here, let's go to the channel. Let's go to... So what I'm going to do in a second, I'm going to be vibe coding a little bit. But I just wanted to get this fixed because I'm testing it out. So I might have to just maybe I could bring it up on actual YouTube or something. Okay, I got that there. Let me mute myself. I wonder if I could... No. Oh. Can I do a pop out? I can. Pop out chat. I do the pop out. There I go. There's my chat from the horizontal feed. This will work. This is going to work. YouTube. I just got to make sure I do this ahead of time so I'm not wasting your guys' time. Then let's grab the horizontal feed. That was the other one's the vertical, right? And I get the pop out chat. There we go. I got one pop out chat, another. I can see everybody's chat. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see everybody's chat. There we go. I can see what everybody says. Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. Okay. And then let me actually do one more thing. Whoa. Let me do one more thing. Sorry, it is a this is a bad way to start. No, actually, I'll go back over here. It's fine. You guys back over here. You're hanging out with me. I'm getting things going. And then I guess I could just, so with that live, it doesn't update, it doesn't give it a thumbnail for the second one. That's one, okay, so that's something to know. I could manually just update it right here. Maybe I can create an automation. I mean, I've been creating a whole bunch of really cool automations to get everything that I'm, where is it? That's kind of like what I'm doing in a nutshell today anyways. I'm just creating automations. and I don't want to call it like portrait. So if it does that, maybe I could get it to write some sort of code that just, if it does something different that I want, I just have it update it. Now, when you go to here, let me just show you what I just want to go to my YouTube channel and I'll switch over so you can see. There you go. So now what I wanted, I mean, I guess I could just leave that it says portrait. I guess. Okay. Well, there's people hanging out. Now let's get to work. Now that I fixed that whole problem. So I was just doing that with Streamlabs. Cool. All right. Let me get to work. Okay. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to just continue it. I was vibe coding earlier and I realized, why am I not sharing what I'm doing with everybody? Because that's more better, teaching people what I'm doing. So what I was kind of doing is I want to create, I when I first dove into Cowork, it kind of was, what's up? What's up, Master Green Glitch? How's it going? And what's up, A0253060? How's it going? Good to see you here. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm just going over. I kind of was creating an ecosystem here. Kind of show it to you. Kind of gets cut off. No, do you see it in the? Here, I want to make sure that you can see. You can see it in the vertical version, right? No, it just barely cuts off. Here, let me just do this so you can see the whole thing. Shrink it a little bit. Maybe this view is not best for this here. Maybe I do these. There we go. It's a little bit better. There we go. So I kind of created different folders in my structure because I wanted to create an ecosystem that I could make sure that I still was comfortable with from my what's up? Hi, Partyzilla here. What's up? So I was building a file structure that I wanted to make sure that was that I could understand when I'm like dealing with it on my computer, but then I could also just go to the chat bot and I could have a conversation about it and it could still understand the same file structure. So what I did was I give it access to one big folder, and you could always just, kind of work on subfolders and not give it access to everything. But I created a public and a private folder. The private's just like, maybe there's a project that I'm working on that I don't want to share publicly. I could put it in there, or like that's not ready to share publicly, or something like a personal workflow that's something I'm doing for myself, whatever it is. I put it there, but then I have a public one, which I just make it so I can share everything in here. And I'm creating kind of like a business brain. And that business brain would also work for stuff that if in that private list, and then I have and that has stuff like the kind of the business profiles that it's building out for these different businesses. What's up, Emily Ruse? I don't know. What do I think of Nicholas J? I don't know who that is. I could look him up. I have to look him up real quick. You want me to look him up? I can look him up. What am I doing to myself? I'm gonna look up somebody. I have no idea. I don't know. Who is this? Who is this guy? Nicholas? Who is this? American far right. Okay, I don't care. I'm not gonna get into politics. Sorry, not gonna happen. So where was I? So I'm structuring it like I give it like the entire business brain, and then experiments. So I have like a crypto experiments that I might do, or a viral AI shorts experiments. Those could either be just things I'm doing for fun, or things that might get put into my operating system, which if you look right here, I have things like my affiliate registry. And what that is it's a registry of all my different affiliate programs that I'm in, how to like the documentation on how to log into them. So the AI agent always can say, anytime there's an affiliate, it will know, go here. And then I have like a password manager that I'm able to just take and have it go and log. It says, go to this anytime you need to get information about your affiliates. Then go to, here's the link to go to the login. Hey, what's up, Caleb? How's it going? Good to see you. Good to see you. And let me know if you're watching on the. I'm testing the vertical and horizontal feed right now. Let me know which feed you're watching on because I'm pretty sure this one's the vertical. Pretty sure. But so, and then I have a thing that I've been working on called like I'm calling it like the content factory, and that's going to be able to help me with when I do my videos, maybe it's a live stream, maybe it's a video, and then I could take that and I want to create all of the overlays and I want it to be able to study the video. So what I did is I created an automation where it will go and I could drop a YouTube link in and it coded this in JavaScript and it it took the overlay and it created all the overlays that are similar to a channel that I gave it. So it went and it took screenshots of the channel, so it can get like the visual style of the channel, and it created those overlays. Then what it's going to do, and I'm still working on this step, that it's going to be able to use those overlays to create or then you take the script and it creates a breakdown for remotion to create overlays that you easily put over the video. And creating these animations would drastically quickly elevate the quality of my videos in the same way that I would have had to sit there and create these animations manually. So I'm just trying to streamline my entire workflow. You're on the horizontal? Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Uh, thank you. I'm just testing it out. It's like it's a new feature that YouTube is doing. So appreciate you letting me know. Um, And then another one that I'm doing is like personal assistant. I haven't really done anything with this one yet, but it's going to do anything like managing my personal schedule. And I have a thing where I just don't go through my emails enough. So and I actually miss out on work. Like because my day job is I work on like TV and film stuff, but right now it's like really slow. So this is a great way to make build an online business like this and automate it. And then when I do get work, I could have it all automated and I could work if I want to. But but maybe I have like work that came. Somebody emailed me about a job opportunity, and I just don't see the email. I could have the personal assistant just read my emails every day and bring important ones like jobs to my attention, or connections, or joint ventures, or sponsorships, things that are actually important. And there's just so much spam nowadays; it's just impossible for me to get through it all. Um, and then this one is Remotion, which that's the tool that's actually going to build actually builds the animations that I could use in the content factory. So I'm kind of like segmenting it with different use cases. You don't need to use all of these things, but this is like going to be like the brain that is running the main part. I might segment it further down the line. So it only needs to grab the things that it needs. And then I have this one, which is like skills that are the pipeline. So wanted to create a pipeline to actually create new skills or suggest new skills. Since eventually maybe I have like a thing like Claude, was it OpenClaw, manage this for me, but I wanted to figure it out in my head manually first. I wanted to like figure it out first. So see, we have like the skill suggester. So in actually in Claude, I said that anytime that I create a new, basically a new folder, that's basically the way that it's structured. So I say anytime that I go here and go to like, not business brain, operating system or experiment, they're all different. These are all lists, business brain, operating. That's how I'm structuring it. And then I could say I'm going to create a new one and say it's an experiment, and I would just create a new folder and give it a name. Then that would become a new list. And when I open up Claude, it will go like, hey, there's a new list added. Would you like to fill in information or like the goals of the list? Because, I might want it to hit a different goal. So now it's kind of creating a project, if you think about it, just because I created a folder in my browser, or because I created a folder, not in my browser, in my Finder, and gave it a name. It triggers that in Claude Code when I create a new session, and it will, like, you bring up the list. Oh, this list needs this filled in because you created a new list, and they're just projects that I could work on, or I could just tell them that I want to work on that particular project or session. But once I have like those things automated and connected, I can schedule them out. So I haven't really added any. I can keep on deleting them as I add them because I'm not ready yet. But we're going to be able to schedule them out here. So schedule tasks. So this be, obviously we want it to be as automated as possible. Mm-hmm. Oh, 1 second. Back to this. See, and I even use it to set up my live stream. This one right now, I had to go and do all the research. I still like to put all the SEO in it. I'm going to work on another connector, like so with this. It could be like this. This is actually a good example of something. Let's build a little bit of this live, maybe, I guess. Operating system. Let's do this. Okay. I know that I'm not gonna. I know this involves like private keys and stuff, so I can't really do it. So one of the things that I want to do is actually build. I could just start a new one. Hold on. Public. Let's start a new public list in the system folder. So I'd say let's start a new public list in the operating system lister. I might update it just so I could say OS list. That might make it easier. No. Okay, so okay. All right. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So operating. Let's start a new public list in the operating system list. I'm just using Sonnet, just for it. I'm not using Opus. Opus is good for like deep coding, but for little things like this, Sonnet's okay. And it's going to cost you way less. So I need to actually select that folder, which is the Claude Cowork folder, and I got to give it permission. I got to tell allow, or I just doing it at each time. I may allow it to do stuff later once I'm going to probably get a VPS, a server, and run all this on the server. So I have my computer. I don't want it to be tied up all the time. I would rather it be happening in the cloud. But I would need to have a computer to run it on, so I just run it on a VPS. I'll tell you more about that as I get it set up. So let's start a new public list in the operating system list. Okay. This should be a block of, should be a skill that automates our emails. We want it to have, how about this? Let's just start at the beginning. The first version will send an email from Claude Cowork. And again, I probably won't be able to finish this live just because it shows stuff, but I can get it started. But this is the idea. I could just start these projects and then they're organized in like a folder structure. And then this is like a hole in my workflow. What I want this to do is I want it to be when I am researching my YouTube video or my live, like right now, I want it to go schedule a I want it to go schedule a live stream, and then I wanted to go grab the link from the live stream. Then I wanted to go draft usually when I'm creating my video, like my live stream. Now I'm giving Claude a little bit of information. Like it says, give me a couple sentences about what you're going to talk about. So I say, today I'm going to talk about how I'm creating kind of an operating system for my Claude. So then it will give me a list of title ideas. I could pick one of those and I could do deeper research, and I could add in more SEO tools along the way just to continuously improve that, add more steps if I want. But then I could take Claude Cowork and say, they could have Claude Cowork draft an email and send the email to I could say, okay, now send the email. I could send it from this terminal. Eventually, what I'd like to have is I'd like it to look at that YouTube video, and when it detects it goes live, that's when it sends the email. And that would be like the workflow that I'd want to set up. Eventually, what I'd like it to do is then also start to completely manage all of my emails for a business. So that way, the idea would be like you'd be able to start a business and it would start to build your emails for you based off of what's working and what you're selling. Build out your email sequence. I think a lot of people get in their head and they're like, I wouldn't send that email, but let the AI do the marketing for you. So I'm going to let it like figure out my emails for me. But start with this part where it sends out an email when I go live, because that's something that I'm always so bad at doing. I'm always so bad at like drafting that email and going live. So now let's see. Let's start with the new public. This should start with a skill. Automate our emails. First version, we'll send an email from Claude Cowork. Cowork will draft an email. Keep it in a consistent format. So you want it to be in a consistent format. Send an email from Claude Cowork. Send a blast email. That would be like you just sending out an email from Claude Cowork. And then eventually I plan to use High Level, which is like an AI agency tool to manage the I plan to use High Level to manage the emails. End goal is that Claude Cowork can manage all my emails, my business emails. Learn from the data from High Level from the email data. Other sources. Go. So the idea of what I'm asking it to do here is, so I'm saying I want it to I want it to be able to first send an email from this terminal, which means there's a actually, what, they have a server that you could use to do that. I just haven't learned how to do it yet. I just have to figure it out and implement it. But I know that there are some private keys that show up on the screen for that one, so I'm just going to do that one on my own. I'll get that part set up, but I'll teach you how to do it once it's done. These things, pretty like I'll make it so I can I can teach you. And that's part of the reason why I need that remotion workflow. Right. So, okay, business data from the email, high level, and other data we can add in from later other services. So, goal is, I already said end goal. Want to control all of high level from the Claude and collect all the analytics. So we can use them to improve our emails and get better results, sales, and make more money. Why not bake that into its thought process, right? That we want to make money. Okay, let's see what it gives us. Let's see what it gives us. It's thinking. It's thinking. It's thinking. You don't have to do anything. So now it's just doing it for me. There's the thing I love about like vibe coding is that you tell it what you want. Like I haven't had to code any of this by hand. It's done it all for me. I kind of give it the end goal, the thing that I want it to go and create for me, or that like the actual, what did I say? Like I said, the end of what I want is I want you to be able to go control all of high level. That's what this comes down to. I want to be able to control high level with my Claude Cowork terminal, because then I could create a skill that allows me to, create a drafted email every, like I'll work that in, I'll create a template type email that I want every time that I am prepping my live stream, but then I don't have to copy it into high level and do that. I could just do it right here in this terminal and it will just send the email. Now clear gap analysis. Email newsletters, no longer just a gap, it's a full list. And so as I like right now, there's a whole bunch of gaps. There's a whole bunch of gaps in my flow. And I'm just working on filling in all those gaps. It's going to make a lot more sense once I fill in all those gaps and I have the entire flow. But each flow is solving something that I'm doing manually at this point. So it may not seem like it's helping me yet, but all these little things, I'm kind of like, this one is more intensive. Yes, it may make sense to do everything from the beginning and just flow that way, but that may not be the most productive flow at the moment. So I'm just filling those gaps. So I'm trying to, once I get this whole like ecosystem built out where I could send the emails, and all what I'll need to do is say, hey, I need to prep a live, and it's going to prep a live for me. Look, it's already done. Okay, it's going to prep a live for me, and right now I'm still doing the thumbnails manually, and I'm going to get it to do the thumbnails for me. So the idea is I want to go on I want to do a live, and I can just tell it that, and it's going to go and do the research for the live based off of everything, or give my SEO, and then I can get it to generate my thumbnail and schedule it for me. But play around with this stuff. Just go and play around with some of this vibe coding. It works. Do I have any coding background? I have like a bunch of like false starts, a whole bunch of false starts. I keep on trying, and I get so bored with it. But this I like because I love just brainstorming with this, and it actually taking action, and the fact that it can go and code stuff for me, goes and codes solutions. If it can't solve something through the actual path that you're given initially. Oh, I have both earbuds in. If it can't code through the initial path that you were given originally, uh, like you could have skills. Like there's you can customize things. You could actually have a where is it called? Here, I think they're in here. Settings. Connectors. See, you could add different connectors. Gmail. They just added this Gmail one. But they're like default connectors. And then you can browse more connectors, things that are just by like default connections. This just makes it easy. If it's available here, just do it through this. But if it's not through here, what I'm learning about things like Claude Code or Claude Coworker, Cowork, uh, is that if there's the best way to think of it now is if there's not a built connector already, tell it to go and figure out a way to do it, and it might go and build an entire app to fill that gap. And I think that this is going to disrupt a whole bunch of like business. These are a whole bunch of tools that I was using independently, and this is going to cause me to like cancel a bunch of stuff. So why keep it? So no, I don't have any actual real coding background. Just me attempting to learn coding several times and then getting distracted because it's not the way my brain works. I have like that ADHD, AUDHD mind, and that's just. But this works for me. I've been able to create exactly what I want in that flow, and all what I need to do is just think about the outcome that I want, and it's kind of building it. And like I've used some brainstorm, like, oh, maybe it might. Do you think that it would be better to structure my folders this way, just so I could have this workflow? I structured it this way because it's the way that my brain works. Maybe your brain works different, and you need to structure it differently. So this is like a custom ecosystem for me. That's for me, just for me. And it may work for you too, but if it doesn't, you just tell it to change it. You just tell it to become something else. Hey, hey, this doesn't work for me. I have a super whatever, but I'm dyslexic. I don't know. How can you make this easier for somebody that's dyslexic? Anything like I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna brainstorm on that. Um, but here we are. So see, I was already getting distracted on our task. Automation is now a live public list in the master directory. So I had to create a master directory of all my different skills. That way it can look at this one directory and know everything that my ecosystem can do. Email blast draft machine, Claude drafts in consistent brand format. You approve, it sends via high level API or when I don't think it is an API, but a server they have. I forget what it was called. I'll never find it. high level, just clarify. Master blast analytics. Every send. Okay. So anchor affiliate throughout. And that's another thing is like you, I'm giving it my, because I have this an operating system, I have my affiliate registry, which it has all like different things that it needs to access all of my affiliate dashboards, which including the analytics and maybe I can get it to actually sign up for the affiliate programs for me. But now I have a whole directory of everything I promote and how to get analytics on it, and I give it to the AI agent, and now it can go and access it. And if it can't access it through some sort of backend, it just goes and accesses it in the browser. The content factory, it has all the different pieces, managing drop zones, everything to build out the content using Remotion. But then I have a separate thing for Remotion, personal assist, and then this skills pipeline is a skills automation to analyze everything and see if there's any gaps in that skills pipeline to see if we can better improve our automation or the next step basically in building it. So I'm just trying to think of things that I would do manually. I'm just doing them with this system. So okay, let's take a look and see what our next step would be. First move, whatever, you're ready to build skill. Okay. Yes, let's build the first part. Email blast. Let's build the email builder first. This part will be used in multiple workflows, maybe? I was about to put a question mark. For example, we may use it when we are prepping a live stream. Or emails to promote an affiliate product. And everything in between. We I don't know how deep I'm going to be able to get into this while I'm actually live streaming this kind of one that I don't know. Well, I guess we'll get until it actually asks me to go get the credentials from high level. That's also a thing that's kind of fun. You just open up a new terminal and you kind of like start working on a new part of your project. For the ADHD mind, you just keep on doing it. But I created a thing that basically focuses me on what I need to work on next. So I could jump around all I want, but I now I have like, here is my to-do list, like in building the business. And that's actually something that I might actually build directly into it now that I say it out loud. Why don't we actually work on that? Let me finish this, and that's actually a good use case that I could do without without risking showing like APIs and stuff, or not APIs. It's the email credentials and keys. Let's see. All right. See, I actually had what I was asking for already, a template for it, um, for one of my projects, but now I've standardized it across everything. The email draft machine will be used across all your business. Should it cover all three? Let me see. Hold on. I've opened up a rabbit hole. Great. You learned that I don't know how to spell anything. Okay. Correct. But it will create its own profile for each business. A channel I talk about passive income, AI, automations, and let's see, video, and stuff like that. So it would have a different email profile than one talking about crypto. Also, I may have email profiles we send from that are not doxed. So docs just saying that we don't know. Maybe a faceless YouTube channel. So this could be like only has a brand identity. Could be a person or AI avatar. You can create a whole entire business just with an AI avatar and not actually be a real person. People never even know nowadays. It's crazy. Like brand identity or AI avatar. Brand identity or AI avatar. This business email focus. Each email profile can reference the affiliate information for things to promote. Oop. The emails and track. Something like that. Oh, let's see. What else? All three. There we go. And gave it a little bit more information that it asked for, but didn't know me very well, did it? Did it? There we go. All right. We got to work on that other thing, that other idea that the like to dos. Like, how about we? I got an idea. So, okay. That's the key inside. This is a profile based system. Each business has its own settings, identity, audience, affiliate stack, and voice. Some are public, Jonathan's name. Some are completely faceless brands. Let me get the remaining. And I don't know what I'm doing in the future. I'm currently all like public, but I don't. Maybe I make faceless like AI, an AI business, and I can see how that could be the future. So I want to prepare for the future. Subjects line. Perfect. Let's save all data for this and create it up to this point in case we lose this chat and I need to pick up later. There we go. Let's see. See, we keep on getting the rabbit hole, but oh, people liked my threads post where I posted my breakfast. You want to see my breakfast? That was my breakfast. Smiling. My breakfast. Look at it. It's my breakfast. That was my breakfast. Mm-hmm. Nobody ever comments on threads. They always just heart. Sad day. Half the time with threads, I just like, I'll just like push all my Instagram posts. Let's see. One person on Instagram liked that post. I'm not big on any of those platforms. That's why I try to automate stuff. I don't want to care about like posting stuff and caring what people liked it or not. I don't care. I just want to like be able to have the income stream from automations, and then yeah, and then be able to do what we want. We could post pictures of something and get one like for all I care. If I have like systems that are automating my income. Ooh, what's up, Avery? What's up? It's true. Yeah. What's up? All right. So this task, yeah. Yep. I know, right? Like I don't need to. I can care less if nobody knows who I am if I'm making the money that I need. And I don't need to be famous. I just need. Okay, cool. So it created a session brief. It always wants to open this in OpenEmu. If you know what that is, that OpenEmu is an emulator. So I put in session brief. It's not the right thing. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this. This is actually the easy one for me. There we go. So I created this folder. which is the email and CRM automation. Nice, nice. And created a MD file, which an MD file, if you don't know what that is, it's with Claude, it will create an MD file, which is like the first thing that it created. So I gave it this so we can look at what it created here a little bit. So this file, it's like their version of a text edit file, which I don't know. Maybe I'll. It always wants to open it in Open Emu. That is completely wrong. Let's see. Can I change it? Let's see. Default. It's definitely not Open Emu. I'd say probably text edit would be text edit. I think text edit would be like the best thing. But I think so. Yeah. Change all. It's not Open Emu. It's not going to work. There we go. So it's all the same. Okay, so you could see it like this, anyways. So email, what we're building, email draft machine, um, architecture decisions, email profile. So you see, I've already got this, and now because I had it build this for me, when I come back, it's going to be able to read this, and I could pick up on whatever I'm building from this point on. So you can call this like the blueprint for whatever automation or app or series of things that I'm building. Session brief. Perfect. Okay, so we were going to go and start our other idea real quick. So I'd create a new task. That right there. So I could choose between either organizing it here. Remember, what was it? We were saying this could be something with our personal assistant. So how about this? Okay. Let's do it this way. So I'm going to give it Claude Cowork. I gave it access to, is that we can start it from scratch. So we're going to create a new skill. So let's create a new list, a new public list in no. Again, there's no real right way to put it. You don't have to you could create copy and paste things that you tell it, but I'm telling you in like the way I would ramble it off. And eventually what I'll do, well, it's telling me my AirPods are dying, so maybe it's just one of them. Can you hear me still? Can you hear me still? I'll let that charge for a little bit. I think only one of them was dying. Let's see. Well, tell me. Why won't you tell me? Oh yeah, can I just look it up here? I don't think you're even connected to the earbuds right now. Ugh, come on. Can you? All right, testing, 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 testing. Good, 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 good. All right, fixed. Sorry about that. Let's see. Hold on. I don't know. Okay, that one's not. Too many. Not too much. Actually, trying to build an automated workflow for my own. Um, own with Remotion. So yeah, I'm using Remotion as well. What I'm trying to do, which I'm not saying I'm trying to do, what I am doing is I record a lot of videos with Descript. So I'll just take my screen and I'll kind of have like an outline of what I do, and I'll screen capture, but I also record the video. So what I created before I get started with this, I'll just show you what I was working on. It was kind of like a flow where it I call it the content factory at the moment. Yeah, vibe coding is great. Like I love so many ideas. Hmm. Uh, so what it does is I could take my video, I export it out of Descript once I've done my recording, and Descript will just clean up. Uh, I could actually bring it up right here. So I could take Descript, just open up any project. So all what I would have to do, I've already edited this project, so it's kind of, let me see if I can make it so it's a little formatted better for this screen, so everybody sees it. But you could, yeah. So what I wanted to do was, so when I always, you could have like the animations or stuff that come up in your video. Let me see if that come up in my video, but I drop it in here and then I go to tools and then I can just click on studio. So if I'm being lazy and I'm just using my earbud, Studio Sound will actually clean up the audio pretty well. I'd prefer to use my Rodecaster and my better mic, but if I don't have it with me, I'm just going to go to record my video. So I can do it like now. And then I can go to remove filler words. So if I'm a person that says or uh, I think my filler word is often or something like that, or say I just said like repeat words. Then you can remove retakes. That's if you're recording a video and you have like a bunch of times that you might say the same line a couple times, and it's pretty easy to even like if it flags the wrong retake, it could fix that really easily. And then shorten word gap. That's actually a really big one. And then you could take a video that used to be really long and just cut it down real quick. And just what I do is I listen through it once and it's pretty close to being done at that point. But you want to add a couple elements to it to give it some, flair, right? So I just go here, go to export, and I'll hide the camera version for that one just in case. And I would go to export the video. I would do a local export and bring the video file to my computer. And what I did, see, this was the first test. I'll just show it to you right here. So I have my business brains. It's just the way that it's formatted in my brain. So if you do it differently, it's all good. So I have projects that it creates. So current one. So I was testing this exact one I think I brought up. And what I did is I created, I dropped the video file in here. So
10 days ago, and it already has almost 6 million views.
So you see, I dropped the video in there, and what I wanted it to do, and I also dropped the transcript, which I was also able to get from Descript because it transcribes everything that you drop into it or record in it. So I'm able to just go to subtitles and export the SRT file, which now what that did for me is I was able to take the video. I was able to take the video right here in the transcript, and it took screenshots for me throughout the entire video. So now it has a visual context of everything going on in the video and its timing. So of course I had already edited the video I was testing it on, but but it works. So now what I have is a bunch of data about this video. I know what it looks like. I know its timing. I know. So now what I want to do, like the next step in my flow, which is I need to get it to take that data and create segments where it thinks that Remotion should create animations. So, or it could also do overlays, and you just, even if it's generating that whole overlay, it could generate it with a green screen background, and you just key that out. But the idea would be that it would tell me, since it knows the time code, it knows the what the visual of the video looks like, so it can get some references from that because it took the screenshots, and it knows all the extra data, like it has this whole entire transcript, so it knows what the video is about. So then it could generate the videos with Remotion and then tell me the exact time code to drop it. Then I can come back over to Descript, just either look for the time code, or even if it just gives me I could also have it give me like the script, the line in the script. So maybe I have it title it this line. And if we are meeting for the first time, maybe not that line, but then I could just come here and search for it and search for that line. I think it would probably be a better thing to search for the line and just paste it over here. And now I have my custom animation that Remotion just did based off of me just feeding it that data. And, I like the idea of it feeding it like a brain all the data from my YouTube content, just because it will make it smarter and understand my whole entire business better. Because every bit makes gives it a database that just makes it smarter. So that was long winded, but that's something that I'm working on, like as my content flow. And then the thing that I'm working on today is kind of more my the structure. And I'm just realizing that the more that I'm able to kind of build the foundation, you just kind of build layers on top of that, like when you're vibe coding. Hmm. Yeah, thanks Avery. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just enjoying trying these things. So let's create a public list. And okay, um so let's try this one. So what I was going to do here was I wanted to create a skill that, for instance, you could automate these and put them on a timer. I'm gonna probably get a VPS because I don't want to just leave my laptop sitting here all the time, and I think that this becomes really valuable once it starts living in the cloud. But let me just get this part. I want Let's create a new public list in our. Let's also just, what am I doing? Also, we can refer to it as OS as shorthand from now on. This should be noted and work in new chats. Mm-hmm. What's up, Pasha? Nish. Yeah, I agree. Okay. So, okay. This new list slash skill set. Actually, not operating system. This is not going to be an operating system. That's right. I can still make that note. As a code, a random project, it captures the entire process. Yeah, like that's I want to build all those things too. Like I'm just getting started with it, and it's like that's really like that. Your project is exactly the kind of thing that will work with this. I know that there's certain things like fine tuning that it just like certain things like that require like the human hand. I understand. Then we're not quite there yet, but I honestly do feel like long term, like this is gonna be the thing that people like you and I that are taking advantage of that and going doing that and kind of doing it when it's still a little bit not perfect. We're gonna get so far ahead. I had a friend that recently just he put it very very well. He said like this is that touch screen moment. And that's how I'm feeling for myself. Like this is that touchscreen moment where when and I'm not talking about like any touchscreen thing, but I'm talking about like when we had our phone, like the phone. When I had my first, when we got hands on the first iPhone, it was a different experience. We had touched like ATM terminals and garbage like that before that were touchscreen that were archaic and stuff. But it was the multi-touch display that like blew our minds and changed the trajectory of all devices moving forward. Everything since the iPhone was like something completely different. Uh, but now this is like a point where if you're worried that AI is going to take your job, this is that point where AI is going to take your job. But this is the point where we need to create the the struct like in my head I structure it like this. So people could have like open claw, and people could have agent this like this. These are the agents. The way that I think that it should be structured is you have, your chat, whether it's through something like this or through a custom thing, that you give commands to a manager agent like OpenClaw, and then they go and manage your businesses here. But you need to have built that infrastructure. There's not going to be some magic infrastructure build button, that maybe someday there will be, but at the moment you have to kind of put it together. And but if you structure it like a business where you have the CEO at the top where you're telling the commands, and then you have the manager, and then you have the manager putting the AI agents to work. I think that's going to be the like you could build anything, like anything. Basically, everything is made with code, anyways. So if you could have it put the code in the right way, it's just going to get better. And this is the first time that it's actually been able to do actual jobs effectively. And if you could automate any task in a job, that makes the job more and more like somebody's job actually more and more replaced. So instead of us being the ones that are being replaced, I'd rather be I'd rather be one of the people that that does the replacing. I hate to say it. I hope that there's new jobs that it creates that will replace the people that could help replace the jobs that people don't want to do it. But yeah, I mean that's just what it is. I think that anything's possible, but people like us that are just trying things, like when I started doing the vibe code, I'm like, dear, I, I could automate everything that I was doing. I just need to put in the work to put that together. And once that's done, I mean, you could technically build a business, build your business, make sure it's successful, and then your business could be hitting the clone button and cloning your business for somebody else. It's like it's mind blowing. So, okay, let me see this public skill. Yeah. So I have like a personal assistant, is one of my things, and I have two versions of it. I have a private one that's just in case there's. I like having like a potential private one, but personal assistant, and I consider that part of my operating system because they'll manage my life. So this can go in the personal assistant folder. Public listener, personal assistant. Um, New is to look people that say oh, absolutely. People spending so it's like people spend days complaining about their job that they hate majority of the time. They're not doing anything at work, by the way. Most of the time, people are just fucking around at work. I mean, if I go to work, I'm one of them. They complain. Then AI is course. So that like for me, my background is like film and television. I work in like Hollywood on mostly television shows because movies are like leaving LA. Um, Movies shows are kind of really few and far between besides reality TV right now. But point is that I've been like the second that AI came out, I there's this job on our on one of the shows that I work on, and they call it a logger. It's basically a reverse script writer, and it's usually like some girl that's like just trying to like get her foot in the door in a producing thing, and and she'll usually like just be typing everything out. But I told her like the second I was like, your job is going to be one of the first ones that's replaced. And Amazon is the company that actually owns the company that I was working on that show with, and they're talking about how they've already figured out a way to feed the audio from the show live as we record it to and the video to get rid of that job, because they just if they could hit a button and create an automation that they can get rid of a job. And then people were going like, I'm in camera, and they were like, oh, nothing's ever going to replace us. No, you can't get it done without going out and taking a camera and shoot. The quality of some of this like generative AI is mind blowing. It's like mind blowing. Like the quality is crazy, and what you're able to accomplish with something that's like generative. Like for at first it was like that will do for B-roll, like which is like the secondary, the cutscenes, and now I'm like it's getting to a point where you could create a potentially an entire, you know, animated-ish movie with, and then it's going to get to a point where so much of this stuff is just you're going to be able to generate it. You're not going to have to go out and shoot it. I mean, you can still can, but it's not going to be required. There's going to be other options, and I think that there's no job that is safe. I guess is my point. I don't think there's a single job. People think I'm the person that goes out with the camera and records. You're not safe. None of you are. Not a single. Oh, I'm the director. I'm safe. Not in that. No job is safe. No job is safe. Not a single one. Not a single job. That is my opinion. But so might as well be the person that creates the infrastructure so people can fire themselves and or replace their bosses. um yep, and people who refuse how to use the tools are the people I just don't feel bad for. Like I could be reluctant to try new things sometimes myself, but like I tried this um because I had a friend and he's like, "Have you tried Cowork yet?" I'm like, I mean, I use Claude, but I had my Chat GPT just subscription. I was using was it Codex, but yeah, it's like this is just game changing. This is the first thing that could actually automate your life. And that's why this is a personal assistant type thing. This is automating something for myself that I'm about to do. It doesn't have to be business. So what I want is I want to build a personal assistant that manages my life in AI, and then basically an AI assistant that does my entire business for me. So I could be, to the point where I could just fuck off and not even be around anymore, and the income comes in, and then I can go spend time with my family. And if it's a valuable I want it to be valuable content, not AI slop. That's kind of like my fine line. I won't make AI slop, but okay. Feel and it's like a new system, a job implement, and it's unwilling to learn. And that's another. You say it's like a new job, and people aren't unwilling. I think that it's crazy. This is kind of like the entrepreneur thing. A lot of people don't get it with like entrepreneurs. They their brains don't want to go and do the work when it's their job when they have to go do it. Like I knew that I needed to go live today, but I was working on this. I said, you know what, I'm going to go do it. I had to have the initiative as an entrepreneur to say, I'm going to go set up that live and go and do it. But people that go to work, they go to work and they're just doing the job. They're doing those steps because they're afraid they're going to get fired. But it's like you're basically firing yourself by not doing the work. Just pretend like you have a boss that's telling you what to do, and make it not optional, and then you'll do it. But people won't even put in that word, like even if it's life changing for them. Uh, yeah, and I respect anybody as well that's going to put in the hustle to and the willingness to learn new skills. Um, it's mind like it's innovating so quickly nowadays, regardless of it's reshaping how we do things and taking engineer roles. Like these skills, there's new skills that come out all the time, like all the time. Um, I mean, like I don't know. I'm in my late 30s, and so I could think back. My earliest memories are probably like the early 90s. Um, but I remember if I wanted to call my friend, or talk to my friend after school and I wasn't over there, I'd have to like call them. Their parents would answer the phone, and it was be like there was a house answering machine. The idea of like this wireless world, it didn't even exist yet. It's like how far we've come in my life is crazy, crazy. And it's like I never thought that I'd be able to do these things myself ever, ever. I never thought it. I never thought it would happen. Yeah, I understand it's not a super essential skill, but it is. I actually think that this is a super essential skill long term because I think it's going to replace so many jobs, and this is going to be something that's going to the thing that replaces the jobs. This skill set, I think, learning this could become like one of the most important skill sets that anybody could learn, because you're going to be able to become the boss. And this, I think that this is also going to cause another ripple in I don't know if it's the right way to say it, but maybe like the tax brackets for people. I don't know, uh, where you are in that percentage of society, because I think it's going to take a lot of it's going to take a lot of people that are just have the time and they learn it, that put these systems into place, that now the people that used to be like the wealthier tier are going to have to go and hire these people. They're going to have to go hire them in order to go and get these tasks done, because we're putting in the time right now to figure this out. And then when the other businesses that aren't quite as quick to do this go like, oh, we have to go figure this out, we'll already have the infrastructure. We'll have a clonable business strategy that we could just sell to them, and then they pay us every single month because we built a business in a box that they could just plug into, that then just goes and manages their business for them. That's the way that I see this long term. So I'm building what I can learning, and by the time that those businesses fully wake up and start to catch up, we'll be here, you'll be here, I'll be here to go and collect their their late tax, I guess is a good way to put it. So let's um but it's yeah, I mean, the world is lazy. I don't disagree with that. Well, I mean, and I know that you're just saying it's essential, but I think that there's so many different there's so many things that have been essential for us to learn. Like, imagine if you decided to go mine a bunch of Bitcoin in 2009. Like, that would be an essential skill to know in 2009, but we didn't know about it yet, and most people have no idea still. So that would have been cool to know, to do, and just collect billions of dollars just because we knew about it. But this particular skill, it's the same sort of thing. I think that that's like that. I don't think it's the opportunity will be here forever. So I think that we're early to an opportunity where we could use this opportunity to automate our own businesses. And then once the people that aren't doing it right now catch on, they're not going to go and build it themselves. They're going to they're going to buy the solution from us, you know? So I think that we're early, and we could take advantage of the fact that we're early, and that we could just sell. They're not going to want to sit down and figure it out like we're doing. They're just going to pay us for the solution. And if you lock them into like a subscription solution, you might have passive income just by cloning what you've already done and just having AI manage it for you. Yeah, I mean, we are ahead of the time. I feel like I was going like, oh, Claude Code came out like 6 months ago, and I only just now kind of fully diving into Cowork. Is again, Claude Code sounded intimidating to me, and it just another, when there's so many, there's also an extra bill. Anytime you have an extra bill, you're like, oh no, I need to spend it. I already pay for ChatGPT, and I already pay for Gemini, and So let's get this personal assistant skill set to look up my top to do. Let's make it really vague. To do list for the day. We should create a log that records what we did yesterday, our and any other info we need to MD log. MD, that, like, that's, I always just have it check the MD file first whenever I'm trying to do something like this, so it just catches it up to date. And any other info we need. um, look at our current data for the first the starter data for the you need for the MD about. Something like that. So let's see what it gives us, right? Oh, I have no idea. Yep. Cybersecurity, the more technology, all of that stuff, the more technology, the more crime. It's just gonna happen. Just when I was talking about Bitcoin. When Bitcoin came out, this gave scammers another way to scam. They used to scam people would scam. I remember my dad telling me, "Yeah, this person called me like back in like the '90s." I'm like, they were calling people, scamming them. It wasn't as readily known about or probably as done as much, but scams exist no matter what. It's like we don't want. It sucks, but I agree. Um, the easier access that you have to these tools means scammers will have easier access to these tools. But one thing that I had to say is scammers are typically not as smart about these things. Like they're not putting in this time to build an entire ecosystem. They'll do it the lazy way. Whatever the first output is, they'll post it and they'll think that, but it will fool some people. So you're not wrong. Oh yeah, I have not installed OpenClaw on this computer that I'm on right now. Not it. I That's why I'm reluctant. So if I do it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it just to test it on like a VPS, a virtual private server, just to, and then if it doesn't do something that I like, and not give it access to any kind of API keys or anything, and it would just, isolate an ecosystem that I could just test it on and see how it works. Without ever, I would not. I haven't tested because I don't want to jeopardize my laptop or my computer. But absolutely not. Not at this point. But I mean, you can see right here. I mean, this is working on it right here, but you can schedule tasks here in. You give it a name, a description, a prompt. It's basically the main instructions. Then you could give it access to folders. So I could say access to my Claude Cowork folder, which has e- the everything. You can tell it what model you want to use. Um, Sonnet is what I've been using recently. So if I want to just use Sonnet, oh yeah, yeah, you got it on your old computer. Smart, yeah. But what do you call it? What were the results on it? Did you get it? Was it productive? Because these are automations. I know that it's not. I think the layer of actually auditing your actual code in Claude Cowork is the layer that OpenClaw could potentially help with. Um, so at the moment, I say the limitation of not having it, from my perspective, correct me if I'm wrong, is that I can't have it kind of manage these things. Like right now, at this point, I have to manually click new task and create the task, but I could create an automation. I could put it on a schedule, or not, like create a scheduled task so it goes every single day or every single week. Uh, but here I'm able to just paste it in. But at that point, but if something breaks in that automation, it it could say something broke, but I'd have to give the command, or may unless I created an automation that would actually go and audit, like do a check like once a week to check for bad code. But it's depending on those scheduled automations. Again, that's from what I've heard from other people. And that's why, like, this seems like, as far as the risk, doesn't outweigh the reward yet, because this seems like it's going to solve a lot of those problems. Yep, I like it. That's why I want to test it out because it's super insane what it could do. Just because I want to test it on something, and I but I don't want to test it on here. So I was already planning on grabbing a VPS, so I might as well. Let's see, hold on. What's this? Oh, that was a phone call. I gotta reply to that. What's that? Ellen Morgan. Hey, talking about like those film jobs. Somebody is asking me to work on something. Castro, 16th to the 20th. Oh, might go on a trip. Salt Lake City. Mm. I'll have to reply to that after this. That's the day job. That's the day job. It's freelance, so it's yeah. But yeah, like you said, it's popping off. But let's take a look at what is created right now. Okay, so there we go. All right, I have everything I need now. Let me build all three things in parallel. Update the pipeline, JSON, writing the skill. Actually, let me check this. Skill. Sorry, I just I got a text. I gotta replace. I gotta check something real quick. It's money. That's what I'm checking. Money. 16th. That'd be next week. Let me reply to this real quick. Is this the person that called me? No. The only people that called me were scam likely, but I do have to reply to that text. That's money. Do I have to go to San Francisco? I might have to go to San Francisco. Oh. Okay. Personal assistant. So let's go take a look at our folder. As I was adding it, look, daily brief. Daily log. So there we go. We haven't built the skill yet. That's the skill right there. Skill.md for my personal assistant. Daily log. This is an MD where it's updating the important information. So this is going to be the log that will help it define what my next step should be in my, you know, daily thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Perfect. So, all right. So, great. Now actually, let me take a look at what this. Mm-hmm. So, can I just check the trigger words in here? I don't know. Let's check it. Let's just try. Give me my top priorities for the day. There we go. Let's see if it. It's like, I wonder if I could like click these things. Whoa. Well, while that's doing that, I can reply to this text. No, good. Good hanging out. I'm probably going to wrap it up after I get this skill created. But yeah, I'm going to be doing more of these streams. I enjoy them. And I enjoy it. It keeps me working on on what I'm working on, so I could show my progression, and hopefully it helps somebody else. So good chat, and thanks for hanging out. Okay, things I need to clean up a little bit. Oh, let's just do this then. Look at that. Let's do it. I like that it actually gave me the times, like how long it thinks it's going to take. This one, I don't know. It's confused. Preview files, daily preview. Go for it. Do all this stuff. Copy skills. Daily briefing. But what did it do wrong? All right. Okay, let's see. It's okay, fixed. Let's see if it works now. Look at that. Copied his skills. Just like that, like a ninja. Okay. Let's see. So that's what I didn't even, don't think I even triggered the word. Give me my daily briefing. I bet I could even spell that wrong. Claude Cowork. I just get everything. There we go. See, I was able to do something, something else. Well, there we go. See, it's got, so it gave me my briefing. So there's some bugs that I need to work out here and there. And that's the kind of the thing. When you see a bug, you just mention the bug and it's going to fix it. Let me just make sure. Let me check. Mm-hmm. That's weird. That's fine. Hold on a second. One second. Yes. Cool. So it seems to work, but like things like this. Okay. Why don't I address this now? Because it's in my head. It just added this automatically because it knew stuff about me and I promoted it at some point in the past. Do not need to be high level affiliate. I already put one in the, I can just grab the, I put one in my, mm, mm, mm. There we go. There we go. Affiliate links. I already put one in the, I did that? No, that's what was. I already put one in the affiliate registry. The to the affiliate offices. Track sales and clicks. Other analytics. Yeah, yeah. Analytics. Affiliate registry should have all the logins to the affiliate back offices, sales, and other analytics. A affiliate link and create a tracker for each so we can track the source. Only products we list in there we promote. Can multiple and we can promote the same products across multiple businesses and There we go. See, getting stuff done. All right, see? Oh, two body reference. It's just getting rid of the cleaning stuff up. Okay. I could always add those things like TubeBuddy back in. You got see, AI can sometimes get confused, but I think the thing I love about this so far is it actually creates, you know, a pipeline that remembers and creates a system. It's not just I don't know if I'm the only one, even with projects in ChatGPT. I know this is actually taking actions, but projects it would still get confused. It's like you'd have like custom data, but this is actually creating everything. Right. So it's updating the registry. Loving this. This is gonna make it makes any idea that you have for your pipeline a possibility, and then you can like create something that audits it. It's great. Removing TubeBuddy just because I didn't want everything in pipeline. There you go. I like it. Now I wrote TubeBuddy. Now it's not confused. So it gets confused, and I just explain, hey, you're confused, and it fixes it. But I had to tell it. Now, to it from the affiliate registry. Oh, I wasn't even in there. I never registered it. It made it up. It just thought based off of, I think I've talked about it on YouTube at some point, and I uploaded my YouTube data. There we go. So now I got another thing like, give me my daily briefing. And as I continue to How about this? I'm gonna make a modification. Let's first start by filling in our daily goals. If you could write out suggestions, but leave a large spot for me to write in what I want to accomplish that day. This way we will be able to see what our goals were. Then we can create another workflow or skill that allows us to check things off the list, and if we don't finish everything, it will be worked into our goals for the next day or redistributed on our cal. Into our goal for the next day or redistribute on our calendar, so it gets done and not forgotten. Mm-hmm. All right. Enhancement to the daily briefing system. Before I build this out, let me nail down a few details. So I work. The irony is that I'm working on stuff completely different than I actually started working on when I sat down, but it's all part of the same flow. And that's part of the reason why I created like that first layer, so I could keep everything organized. Mark down file in your folder directly. C. For end-to-end check-in, what do you use? I use but I would like to create a system that better syncs. So we can add to either, and it always stays the same. Something like that. Ooh, there goes all my. Don't want to yell at it. Whoa. Let's see. Mm-hmm. There we go. I don't even know how long I've actually been streaming. I have no idea. But I like this because, like, okay, let's see. Where is it gonna? Contact email, personal assistant. These are all personal assistant features, so I keep them ice. Kind of that makes sense to me. So things that I can kind of isolate all of the things that I consider a personal assistant. So I could see how this could become if I just create the personal assistant part that's managing somebody's personal life. That part alone could be valuable for a person, anybody. Like automate as much as possible with AI. I'm going to take a break soon, so. Oh, but I love how easy it is. I'm like, just I never would have gotten this quickly to this point, especially with all the code. I wonder what my usage is at right now. I just updated to max. Oh man, I would have gone through all my usage so fast. Why is it only Sonnet only? That's weird. So I'm using. They limit how much of the lower model you could use. Tisk tisk. This might take a minute. Guess I'll check in with other people while I'm waiting. Vibe coding. You vibe and then you chill. I should set up like a video game stream right there. I could play some video games while I wait for the while I wait for the code to finish vibing. Code to finish vibing. code to finish writing. There we go. Just replying to all the people. I just want to get this part finished with hanging out with you. I'm not gonna bail on you halfway through a process. I don't know if you ever noticed this also. If you come here, I don't know if you could see it very well in the probably see a little bit better on the vertical stream, but you see a little thing right here that pops up. You could ask it to make ask questions or recommend a change. It says packaging the presenting skill. If I wanted to, I'd click here and actually make a question directly about that step. So that's actually pretty. You could also still make quoted comments about it. It will steer in that direction. But if you want to make a comment directly about that particular step, you could just do it by clicking that little thing. There you go. Skill gaps. There we are. Daily briefing, daily goals. Could upload and replace. Probably should have read those first, but yeah. Schedule this skill to run every morning at 8 a.m. via the schedule. So that's the idea. I'd want this to be something. This would be like a daily task that I would schedule every day, and then so what I'll end up doing is I would want this type of thing to be sent to me some other way than me going to a terminal and getting it. So maybe I create a text integration. Maybe I get it to push notifications to my phone. I find that texts are like the thing that I pay attention to because I'm not going to, I'm not going to just like, it doesn't get lost in the noise just for me. But yeah, so, okay. Cool. So, all right. All right. And now I'm just going to have it do that. I could use the same chat window, but I want to make sure that I don't accidentally, have to redo stuff that I've already done because it's in a chat terminal. Oh, yeah. I know that I mentioned it too much in this stream because I got distracted, some ADHD and stuff. But I put any of the information that I'm like, it's a landing page, but it gets you access to this. So the more stuff that I'm learning about this, the more resources that I just give it here. It's basically you go and opt into the email, and the more and more I'm going to be testing getting AI to manage those emails, so you'll see the results there. But yeah, it's just a simple sheet, but go and grab that there if you want it. Links on the screen. Yeah, so I'm just letting it right now, creating a dedicated session context file so any new chat can keep up to speed instantly. There you go. Cool. See, I put in my time, and it's just going to continue building towards. Wait, hold on. Let me actually say one more thing. So the only private and public. There, let it fix the file organization. See? Sure. There you go. So clean that up. I told it where to move it. Remember, it's operating system. So we have affiliate registry. My personal assistant logs and everything, all the data. And as I build information, I'll just store it in there too. So like it will start building profiles, my personal profile, all these fun things. So, and then if there's stuff that's personal, I'll just keep that in private. Like maybe it has my, you know, I don't know. I guess it wouldn't matter if it's in folders because, yeah, cool. Path and bake the structure rule. Get this wrong. Perfect. See, I've said like 20 times that I'm gonna like stop streaming for right now, and then I keep on going. This this is fun though. I'm enjoying just doing this and hanging out with you. Tarzan, IMAX 3D. I haven't even seen that movie. Somebody just gave me this shirt. There we go. Okay, so I feel like that was what I just wanted to clean that, and that's just compacting the environment. So I guess I'll leave it there actually, if I get distracted by something else. But thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to continue to do more vibe coding like this. I find that it's probably the most productive way for me to like do live streams, and helpful for other people. And the more of these that I'm able to figure out, I'm going to find ways that I could share them, because I know that you can create plugins and stuff like that that I could then upload, either put them, like I told you, like just go make sure that you have access to this link to this thing. You can get it at AIprofitchecklist.com. Anything I do, like I just give it out right here. Like I had some AI shorts prompts. I'll start putting stuff for that stuff in there too. Cool. Um, cool. Again, thanks everybody for hanging out with me and helping, chilling with me while I do this. It's editing session context again. Well, it's just finishing that up, but cool. All right, I'll see everybody in the next stream. Maybe I will go again tonight. I don't know. We'll see. If not, tomorrow. Peace out, everyone. Peace out. Bye. I'm looking at the wrong screen. I'm looking over there at the monitor. I have the other monitor, but